Welcome to the Thriving Artist Podcast, where we share strategies and support for artists to thrive.
We know that the art world can feel like a lonely place, and we want to provide a network of support, impactful strategies, and an abundance of encouragement to help you grow your authentic art career.
We're your hosts. I'm Jamie Smith.
And I'm Kaylin Butine, and we are also the co-founders of the Thrive Together Network, a community of female and non-binary identifying artists and artists who are caregivers.
We truly believe in community over competition, and we're so glad you're here. Enjoy this episode. Welcome to the Thriving Artist Podcast. I'm Jamie Smith, and I am one of your hosts, and today I'm coming to you solo. My lovely partner in crime, Kaylin Butine, will be back with me next week. So we are here, we're at the end of March, and many of us at TTN are working on our solo and group art shows that are happening in May of this year, 2023, for the Taking Up Space initiative. So we asked our members to put on an art show in the month of May and take up space in their own communities. To support this amazing work, we've recorded 2 other podcast episodes all about putting on art shows. So if you're doing tests or if you're just putting on a show on your own, listen to those episodes as I think they'll be super helpful. So number 23 is how to put on your own art show in 5 months. And number 29 is how to get people to come to your art show, which is also very important. So today is sort of our final episode on this theme, and I want to dive in, and it's the checklist you need for every art show. So this episode is all about the part where you're done. The show is up, and now it's getting ready for that opening night. It's really time to show up for yourself and for the art and all the hard work that you've done. So I feel like this opening night can be exciting and terrifying all at the same time. So we came up with 3 important preparation tricks that you can do before the big night that are really going to help you. So the first thing you're going to do is plan for future you. One of our favorite ways of self-care is actually caring for the future version of ourselves. And this might seem a little bit silly, but it's a great way to mentally check in and think ahead about you on the exhibition night. So you want to do this a week before or a few days before, so you have time to actually do some prep here. But thinking of you on the night, what are you wearing? And then thinking, where is that piece of clothing? Is it clean? Do I need to wash that? When you're there, what are you going to eat? How are you going to prep for yourself? Is your family going to be there? Do you need a babysitter? What is going to be that hour before you walk in the door? Do you need to bring anything with you? Is there anyone you need to contact to make sure that they're going to be there? The photographer, do you have their phone number in your phone? All these little details can really help make that night go better, and it can really help to put yourself right in that mindset, right into future you. So I love that one. It's really, really helpful for me. Another one that I do quite a bit is actually prepare for conversations. So if you're giving an artist talk or a small speech, I highly recommend you write this down and get really clear on what you want to say, because it can feel like you know it, and then when you're standing up in front of everyone, it's hard to remember and get that all to come out right and eloquently. So I highly recommend writing it down. And even if you're not doing a formal talk or you're not going to actually speak in front of everyone, I like to prep a little bit too for just general conversation, because this is the night people are going to want to talk to you. They are going to come to you. And I just like to make sure that I've thought it through. So I will actually brainstorm some things that people might ask me, some important questions, especially if I have a piece of art that's going to be up that, maybe is a little bit personal. I want to make sure that I'm really clear for myself what I want to share and what I want to keep to myself. So taking the time to think through these questions. So people are going to ask you to tell them about the show. They're going to ask you what the work's about. They're going to ask you how long it took you to make it. They're going to ask you, what's your favorite piece? All these little questions. And another one, if you are part of thrive, they're probably going to ask you what is taking up space and probably about what the network is. So taking that time to get really clear on what you're going to share is going to help you with any butterflies or insecurity. It's going to help you with your confidence. And it's one of my biggest tricks with doing the work that I do with community building to make sure that I'm clear is I do a lot of practice. I speak out loud a lot. I try to really think through, what I want to say. And I think it's an important process that you can use in so many parts of our lives. So our last sort of prep trick that's really, really helpful to kind of help with this checklist of what it's going to be like on your opening night. And this is to pick an exhibition event mantra. So I love mantras because they bring me a lot of confidence and they really ground me in the moment. So I highly recommend picking a phrase that's going to help you on the night and bring you more confidence. So in the past, when I first started, a mantra I had for a lot of my shows is just simply, I am an artist. And that was a big reminder to me that I deserve to be there and that I am a working artist. And that was super, super helpful. Other ones I've used in the past are, my work is worthy of this exhibition. My work is worthy of attention, conversation, and praise. I did a really good job putting this exhibition together. I am proud of myself. I belong here. I am grateful for the community and the opportunity to show my work. So having something that you can really ground down to and really think about on the night when the nerves happen, I think is really, really helpful. I'll either even write it on a card and have it in my pocket, or might even write it on my hand, but just so I have that little reminder, that little confidence boost throughout the night. So this is kind of steps and tricks that you can do preparing for that big night. But we also wanted to create a checklist of the little things that are so easy to forget. So I've put on a lot of art shows on my own, and I decided early on I was going to start sort of this mother list, this big list that would have all my notes and experiences from hosting it. So we've taken that whole list and created a PDF, and you can download that on our website, thrivetogethernetwork.com. If you remember, that checklist is already in your Thriving Artist map. And next week at Art and Tea, we're actually going to talk through it and get into small groups with other artists and add to it so that you're going to have this sort of document that's going to guide you. And even if you're not putting on a show right now, I think having things like this, templates in your back pocket, so if you want to go ahead and do something in the future, you're not starting from scratch, is just so wonderful. So we're doing all of that next week as a community, and you can get your PDF version of that from our website, thrivetogethernetwork.com. I will leave you with a couple things that I seem to always forget, so you can add to your list. I always forget cups. So make sure you have cups. People like cups. They're important. Another one is chargers, having chargers for all the things, including music. A music list opening night is not good. And so making sure you have your chargers. Also making sure that you have a newsletter sign up area and or a postcard takeaway. You want to be able to contact people again, or at the very least that they can contact you. Also, don't forget those red dots. Sales are going to happen and you want to be ready for them. So having those professional red dots are a really good thing to have. And my last thing I'm going to leave you with is always bring a roll of duct tape. You never know when you're going to need that, and it's always useful to have. I never regret having a roll of duct tape with me. And yeah, we're so excited to see what you create. Please post your show on the network. There's going to be lots of prompts this month of everyone showing their work, and we're featuring the work in the month of May at Art and Tea, which is so exciting. And on Instagram, if you use our hashtag taking up space 2023, you can post your show and see all of these shows happening all over the world. It's very, very exciting. So as always, we are here for you. We are cheering you on, and we believe in the work you are doing as thriving artists.